Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN, presented by Air National Guard. Halfway through week 4 of this Athletes Unlimited Championship season. Team Urtez trying to repeat the success of Team Davidson after a loss yesterday against the team to beat right now, led by Odyssey Alexander. She is the superstar of this season, and she leads the pack. That's why she dons the gold jersey. Snapped an 8-game losing streak for those jerseys last night. Here's the leaderboard. Bubba Nichols and Odyssey Alexander, the top 2. We've had some big movement today, though. Mia Davidson back in the 3rd spot. Sierra Romero up 9 spots today to number 4. Alyssa Denham, Danielle Gibson right there as well, members of Odyssey Alexander's team, and Anissa Urtez, she needs a big day to crawl back into a captain's chair. Alongside Amanda Scarborough, the 2-time All-American, I'm Chucky Kemp. It's been all about Odyssey Alexander. She can't stop winning right now.
I know. It seems like when you're on Odyssey's team, whether she's captain or not, all she does is win. She's going to get the start today. She's penciling herself in as a starting pitcher. We saw her in relief last night, and she looked really strong there, too. In the 2 innings that she threw, she's throwing with good velocity, Chucky, and being able to mix speeds so well. She's living on the edges. She's throwing with tremendous confidence when she enters the circle, and being a captain, a leader for her own team. Big reason why she has a 9-1 record is because she's pitching so well, and like you said, all she's doing is winning.
Odyssey is in first. Her win points would have her in the top 15 alone, trying to improve to 10-1 on the season. She is 2-0 in the circle, a 1.38 ERA, 28 strikeouts in just over 25 innings pitched, and a 163 opponent average. Looking for a big day today against Team Urtez. Some very competitive stuff here in week 4 and throughout this season. Amanda Lorenz will lead things off for Team Urtez. Out in left field, always a dangerous bat. See Tori Vidalis, she homered yesterday, the 13th of her career. That's the 2nd most active to Erica Piancastelli, who we saw in game 1. Sydney Romero down there, trying to keep pace with her sister Sierra, who is now up into that 4th place, trying to get back into the captain's chair after she had 2 straight captain's nods in weeks 2 and 3. For those behind Odyssey on the leaderboard, you have to beat her if you want to catch her. Lorenz swinging first pitch, fouls it back for strike 1.
And Odyssey throws with such good velocity, 70+ miles an hour, that even that pitch right there was down the heart of the plate. Amanda Lorenz recognized it, just missed it. But that speed makes it tough on hitters.
Team Urtez 6 hits yesterday as a team. Scored 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, led 2-0 going to the bottom of the 5th. That's when Kelsey Harshman hit a 2-run home run to tie it. And then later in the 7th, Bubba Nichols walked it off. It was a big swing as far as points go for Team Urtez. They could have really had a big day. Some resiliency from Team Nichols. Right now, 2 of the teams this week that have played 2 games are 1-1.
Well, and you love having Amanda Lorenz up at the top who can set the tone. Her on-base percentage this season, over 500. Doing it with hits, walks, continually finding a way to get on base, but that 541 clip, one of the best in the league.
Swings through that. First batter up, first batter down for Odyssey Alexander.
She's so confident right now, challenging hitters. Screwball in the outside corner, 70 miles an hour, and strikes out Amanda Lorenz, which is never an easy task.
Did so on just 4 pitches. Now Megan Wiggins, veteran center fielder out of Georgia. Wiggins swinging first pitch, fouls it out of play into the stands. The other big thing today with Odyssey, not just the fact that if her team were to win, but the fact that she's in the pitching circle. If she has a big day, you're talking about win points for her team. You're talking about MVP points for her.
It would really put her even more so in the driver's seat, right?
Bubba Nichols is the closest to Odyssey right now, and she's 156 behind her with 7 innings to play. Odyssey has in hand on Bubba. They do play tomorrow. That's a big matchup to watch. Potentially 1 versus 2. Fooled Wiggins there for strike 2.
It took a little bit off of that, 10 miles an hour off.
To give you an idea of the kind of games that you can have, how quickly you can make up ground, Sierra Romero had the most points in the first game today, had 228. Wiggins softly down the left field line and foul. So it can be done. Can be wiped away in just 1 game, but the way Odyssey has played, it seems unlikely to happen in the course of 1 game. Wiggins trying to set things up for her captain, Anissa Urtez, on deck. Outside corner. First 2 batters go down on strikes.
Good communication from Deja Mulipola back behind the plate, working with Odyssey. She shook off a pitch. After she gives the sign, look at Deja, look at where she wants it, low and outside, make sure it's low. Hits the exact spot that she wants, an off-speed pitch thrown by Odyssey Alexander in the exact spot that Deja Mulipola wanted it.
1 swinging, 1 looking. Now Urtez with nobody on and 2 outs. Anissa compiling a team that she's very familiar with from international play. 5 players from Team Mexico. The only one they're missing is Nicole Mendez. Anissa representing Team Mexico in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Over 300, a pair of home runs this season, both coming last week. Odyssey gets strike 1 there again, taking something off, 60 miles per hour.
Using that pitch a lot in the first inning.
2-1 again, right there at 60, 61 miles per hour. In some ways, you kind of manifested this, because right when we got here earlier this summer for the shortened AUX season, Odyssey was a name that you were really looking forward to calling and seeing what she could do this summer.
I think about that a lot. You asked me, who are you most interested to watch play? And I really gave it some thought. I'm not someone that just likes to just spat out a name really quick. Like, I like to give it some thought. I was like, Odyssey Alexander.
Anissa got all of that pitch. It is foul, but a long way foul.
Just think that Odyssey Alexander is the type of player that can just be so captivating. She's electric when she's on. The way that she plays the game, her smile, her energy, the velocity that she throws with, her explosiveness off the pitching rubber.
Three-2. Urtez, this time it is fair, deep down the left field line, and gone! Anissa Urtez, the captain, with a solo shot here in the first. Big swing from Urtez, her 3rd home run of the season.
Just a punch early in this game. A 2-strike, 2-out home run by the captain, Anissa Urtez, who was able to get her barrel of that 70-mile-an-hour pitch, trying to work its way up and in on her hands. Quick hands to that inner half. Went 230 feet, just 72 miles an hour off the bat. Just over the player's sweep. The captain strikes first for her team.
Urtez moves up a spot on the leaderboard to 6. She just gained 50 points on Odyssey Alexander, 40 for the home run, and it's -10 for the earned run allowed by Odyssey. Now Taylor Edwards to try and keep it rolling. What is it with 2 outs? this weekend.
Yeah, it keeps happening.
Basically every team we've seen it too. Chance to talk to Taylor Edwards yesterday, our star in the stands. Off the end of the bat, Odyssey makes the catch in the circle. Strikes out the first two, but the solo shot from Anissa Urtez to put her team on the board.
Yeah, a lot riding on this game. Everybody trying to catch up with Odyssey Alexander, including the captain, Anissa Urtez, making a statement with a solo home run early in this game to put her team on top.
One nothing. Team Alexander needs to respond here with 10-inning win points on the line in the bottom of the first, thanks to Anissa Urtez. As far as Odyssey goes, got some help from the power bats last night.
A couple of home runs one by Deja Mulipola, her second of the season, and then also Delaney Wiz, a solo home run, which was her first of the season. We saw her hit several at the AUX season. Lots of punch in this lineup between Deja, Danielle Gibson, Gwen Svekis, Hannah Flippen, and Delaney Wiz.
And Wiz down in the 7 hole of this very dangerous order as Deja starting to get it going. We know what she can do. She hit 9 home runs last season when she was crowned champion. Aaliyah Andrews has been fantastic all summer long. Danielle Gibson in the 4 hole, also one of the most potent hitters this summer, not just championship season, but at AUX as well. So here's Aaliyah, 1 for 4 yesterday and scored a run. Their 5-0 win over Team Davidson. Foul ball to start things off here against Peyton St. George in her 2nd season out of Duke, one of the first ever recruits by that Duke program. Her first appearance for the Blue Devils was their 2nd game in program history. Came in relief and kind of gave you an idea of what she was going to be about. Went 4 2/3, no hits, no runs, struck out 6.
It hasn't thrown a ton in this championship season, just 2 1/3 innings.
Six strikeouts on the season. You're thinking maybe last week.
My sheet was wrong. I don't want to look dumb up here. My sheet was, our lineup sheet is wrong, so I don't want to look dumb and take it away. I thought it was surprising that it said that she only thrown 2 1/3 innings. Like, oh, I feel like I've seen her. If she's only thrown 2 1/3, I feel like every time I've called a game, then she's pitched those 2 innings. But 14 innings makes a lot more sense for Peyton St. George.
It's been good as far as location, just 4 walks allowed, but 22 hits over those 14 innings, 4 home runs. You know what she's capable of. We've seen some great performances from her this summer. Trying to put together one here in this championship season now against a really tough order.
Yeah, and when she's her best, she's changing speeds just throughout every at-bat, pitch to pitch. And you'll see her do it on both sides of the plate, too. Spin an off-speed rise ball as well as an off-speed curve ball. Just changing speeds like crazy.
10th at AUX earlier this summer. One of 2 complete games during that shortened season. Andrews ground ball to Urtez. Vidalis does a nice job to lay the tag down just in case her foot came off, and there's one away. Nisa Urtez did a great job putting together this pitching staff. Yesterday, I think a little bit surprising, or not surprising, that they only gave up 3, but that's how good you have to be right now. That bounces up on Muffley, and Stuart Hunter is going to reach. Tough hop right there for Josie Muffley. Urtez took Garcia first, McQuillan with her second pick. Also picked up St. George.
It's a ridiculously hard play right there for Josie Muffley. Used to seeing her make that play, but like you said, tough hop, tough angle.
Also got Carrie Eberly on this pitching staff, who was the Rookie of the Year in 2021. It's a deep pitching staff for Team Urtez. Deja Mulipola with one swing of the bat can always change things. That last one is ruled an error on Muffley. We're just waiting for the ruling on that for Kelsey Stuart Hunter, who would have hoped to have 10 points, but they do rule it an error on Muffley.
I knew that one was going to be a tough one to decide. That hit to Josie Muffley was not clear cut to me, error or hit.
We know she can make some really, really tough plays. 1-2 pitch to Deja, outside, ball 2. Mulipola jumped 13 spots on the leaderboard yesterday. Still a long way to go for her to crawl up into contention, but things are close. Talked about this on game 1. The first 3 spots, that's the most separation you've got on the leaderboard. After that, I'm pretty sure there is not maybe one where there are more than 50 points between one person and the next. There's your biggest movers on Friday. That's inside to Mulipola, and she is aboard 8 points on the walk for her. Deja went from 57th to 44th yesterday. She led the way, moving up 13 spots. Delaney Wiz and Alyssa Denham not far behind her as her teammates. Denham up into the top 10 because of her 9-spot jump. Here's Danielle Gibson in a dangerous position with one away in the first.
And Alyssa Denham all the way up to number 7 on the leaderboard.
Started the day in 4th, but Mia Davidson, Sierra Romero making their way up in front of her. Megan Faramo up a couple spots today into 8th place. I know her and Sierra, they want those captain's chairs back. 1-1 to Gibson, off speed, and that was spinning like crazy. It's gonna go into left field just a little bit, and Stuart Hunter will score. Urtez got to it just before it touched the green turf, but that was wicked.
A tough break for Peyton St. George. She made a pitch. It just ends up spinning and bouncing off of her into the left side of the field. And watch this 360 turn that Kelsey Stewart made right here. She picks it up, does a little twirl, and is able to score to tie up this game. A couple of defensive miscues and just some weird things happening in this inning. Of course, that Deja Mulipola walk was big, but the error by Josie Muffley followed by a walk, and then that weird play off of Peyton St. George.
First inning been a tough one a little bit today defensively. We saw it in game 1. Team Nichols gave up 4 runs. Just one of them was earned off Kat Sandercock. Just some defensive miscues. Svekis into foul territory, just beyond the glove of Sydney Romero. Speaking of versatility, we talked about that a lot today. So many of these players can move around. We've seen Romero at every infield position except first. Oh, 1 to Svekis. Up top, she did not go. Always love this one when Gwen's at the plate and Taylor Edwards is behind the plate, her fiance.
And then I'm sure too, when Taylor moves to set up for a pitch, she's trying to be really quiet so that Gwen can't hear her. Setting up more on the outside corner for that one and changing speeds. A really nice pitch by Peyton St. George for that second strike.
Ahead of Gwen, 1-2. 2-2. Any friendly banter there, you think, or is it all business?
Kind of looks like all business, but I think every now and then some friendly banter.
First and second, just one out here. See if we get some rollover points early. 3-2 now to Svekis.
Some of these misses that Peyton St. George is having right now are just too big of misses, especially with her rise ball. These hitters really just not even having to worry about it at all.
3-2, fouled back. Gwen has never hit under 260 in a championship season, but entered the weekend hitting 185. She has been so consistent. The one thing that never changes for her, usually that average, but such a great defensive catcher and communicator to her pitchers in the circle. Same goes for Taylor Edwards behind the dish. They set up inside this time. Another foul ball. Trying to find the recipe.
Long inning for St. George. 25th pitch of the inning coming.
And there it is, inside corner. Out number 2 to the dismay of Gwen Svekis.
But a ball off the plate. I thought this pitch was so well located right at the bottom of the zone. Svekis thought that she walked. St. George thought that she got the strikeout. And St. George wins with the location of that pitch for a much needed second out after throwing 25 pitches already in this inning.
Anna Flippen, last chance here to potentially collect the lead and these inning win points. Selfishly, I'm all about the rollover points.
Adds to the drama.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, give us 6 rollover innings and let's see what happens in the 7th.
Yeah.
120 points on the line. That's the dream. As a player, that's like the make or break too. You're either going for everything or nothing in that situation. Still have not seen Alicia Ocasio for Team Alexander. See if she may be the first arm in relief this week. Across the board, you add 18 more players to this season versus AUX, so you add in some really good arms. It's also, I think, a lot of it is just about diversity. These hitters, you're starting to see some more arms. At AUX, we saw the offense really dominate. Well, you're seeing the same pitchers over and over. You're playing double headers, but here, the management of the pitchers has been different. You also add in a bunch of different players.
Well, and rest too. There's a lot more time in between series, which gives the pitchers time to not only rest, but work on things. You know, it's nice to have those bullpen sessions, but if you're pitching back-to-back days or back-to-back-to-back days and you only have a couple of days in between, it's hard to want to go out and...
Hit into left field by Flippen deep. Lorenz going back, and it is gone! Hannah Flippen just over the wall, and her team is on top.
Team Alexander answering right back in this inning and taking advantage of an error, a walk, and then another defensive miscue. This is an off-speed rise ball that just stays up in the zone, and Hannah Flippen gets on plane with it. Towering fly ball. That had about a 5-second hang time, and it was just out of the reach of Amanda Lorenz. When you look at the distance provided by Yakkertech, it was 220.7 feet. It is just 210 feet down the line.
The response from Team Alexander, they lead 4-1 with 2 outs in the first. Delaney Wiz with nobody on. 33rd pitch of the first inning coming for Peyton St. George.
Feels so similar to last game.
The only difference in these 4 runs, not one of them was earned. Good spot a little too far inside for St. George, 2-1. Looked like Delaney had a big smile on her face a second ago. Lobs this one into left center field and perfectly placed between Wiggins, Lorenz, and Urtez. And a frustrating start right now for Team Urtez. This has to be one of the toughest spots for a pitcher, right? I mean, you know you should not be out there right now. You know this inning should be over. Then you get the bloop single. It's just how tough is it to just stay locked in and try to keep rolling?
It's just so frustrating because you know that you made some good pitches.
This is rocketed into center. Wiggins does make the catch, and they do get out of it finally. Nice swing by Caroline Jacobson. The damage done, though, Hannah Flippen.
Yeah, with her first home run this season, entering this game only hitting 148. It's been somewhat of a struggle at the plate for Flippen, but a 3-run home run will help her start feeling good.
Headed to the second inning, big response. Team Alexander winning this one 4-1 over Team Urtez, thanks to the long ball by Hannah Flippen, securing those first inning win points. And we've got a very special star in the stands joining us, Georgina Korick, of course, the outstanding pitcher from South Florida. I feel like we've had you before, and it's outstanding. We could talk to you all day long. We heard chicken Alfredo, we heard grilled cheese and tomato soup. What's going on down there?
We've been having some really fun questions back here. We started with some softball. We've veered away from softball, talking about some of our best dishes. Actually, Brindley, I didn't hear your answer. What's your favorite food?
Chicken strips. Yeah.
What about you, Kate?
Mac and cheese.
Okay,
Mac and cheese.
Great answers. Like, I could eat those all day long at all times. First out there, made by Vidalis on the play. Well, okay, what were some of the softball conversations we were having?
Actually, some really, really great questions here. We've got some Serena High girls here that are really interested in the recruiting process, what it's like being here at AU, if I miss my bed because I've been home away for a little while. I think it's just been really cool having these conversations because I would have given anything to know about what the pro life was like after college ball, after high school ball, after travel ball. So it's been really, really fun answering some of these back here.
Yeah, what was your recruiting story like?
Mine was actually really fun. I got recruited before the NCAA changed it for the, I believe, junior year now that you have to be recruited out of. So I actually got spotted out of my 8th grade year. I was a first baseman and a third baseman as well as a pitcher. And my coach caught me hitting a home run and pitching a couple of games with some strikeouts. And USF was the first school to ever offer me, and I got to go on my little tour and check out the other schools. But at the end of the day, I loved USF. I fell in love with the campus, with the program, and that was the school I chose to make my home for 4 or 5 years.
Can we still put you at the hot corner if we need to?
If you put me at the hot corner, it would get a little ice cold. But but you'd see me there. I'd be doing my best Sis Bates impressions.
Okay, appreciate the honesty there. What's next for, you play for Great Britain. What's the next competition you'll compete in with them?
So I believe we actually have Europeans this summer. I don't know if they've solidified what the location is. It's usually either the Netherlands, Italy, or Spain. Good job, Sid.
There's 2 outs.
And so we'll have probably any of the teams except the Netherlands and Italy will be competing. So I imagine it'll be us, Spain, Greece, some of the best European teams out there for the summer, and then probably the Canada Cup.
Well, Georgina, we would like to talk to you more. We got 2 outs. We're going to check back in with you, though, later in the game. So keep on figuring out some food items for us. Our mouth-watering in the booth right now.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Georgina, her parents are both from the UK. She grew up in the States. She was born in the UK, but grew up in the States. And we asked her before the season started, your parents, do they still have, do you know? And they said, yeah, they still have the accents. And she does not. I'm wondering if there's any term, I want to ask her when we get back, if there's any terminology she has. Like, what's her favorite British wording or something that she says differently in the American way?
It's always fun that it's the same language, but different.
Oh, yeah, so different. Clifton into left field. Could be a really quick inning for Odyssey. It is. 1, 2, 3. 3 balls in the air. And she has her team up 4-1. Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by the Air National Guard and by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. Some great moments from day 1 yesterday of Series 4. The hero, Bubba Nichols, her team falling short today, but we are set up for a really fun finish in this 4th ever championship season. And the puppy, has made her way into the building. Don't forget, for every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited season, Aspiration committed to planting 10 trees. We are well over 1,200 now as this week continues. Dog Day at the Park, our favorite day of the year, I think.
Definitely my favorite day.
I love it too when sometimes, like, I think they see something going on and their attention actually goes to the field. I think she just saw the ball get thrown and she's perked up a little bit. 9-1-2 for Team Alexander here in the bottom of the second. 10-inning win points on the line. There she is.
Look how cute she is.
She's got some growing to do. That's what that looks like.
Don't we all, though?
Abby Ramirez, not a ton of attempts at the plate, hitting .375 in limited plate appearances. Was 3 for 9 at the plate during the shortened AUX season. Always a reliable glove at second base. Longtime pro out of Michigan. There's another puppy. I think in the shade somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's a smart seat today.
Swings through it, strike two. Peyton St. George. It's hard to say bounce back because none of the runs she gave up in the first were earned. This could very well be a 1-0 game in her team's favor. 3-2, that is fouled straight back. I'm just begging for one of those foul balls. We got the windows open today.
Be careful what you wish for.
The good part is we don't have a booth camera, really. I mean, it's set up behind us, so if it were to hit me or I drop it, there's no proof. Lofted into left field. Lorenz coming on. There's one out.
Or when I dodge it.
You know, I think when it comes down to it, the game face comes on, you're going to make a catch. Sunday Night Baseball features the 6th annual MLB Little League Classic from Williamsport at historic Bowman Field. The Phillies and the Nationals. Bryce Harper and company, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN and ESPN Deportes with a special Kids Cast edition airing on ESPN2. That will be an entertaining watch. Pitching change, Carrie Eberle, her first action of the weekend. We will see her when we come back. Top of the order coming up for Team Alexander. Carrie Eberle out of Charlotte, North Carolina, finished her career at Oklahoma State after 3 seasons at Virginia Tech. The former Rookie of the Year in 2021 and new pitching coach for Kenny Gajewski at Oklahoma State. That was announced in mid-July, so an exciting summer for her. And our first look at her as we go to the top of the order. Leah Andrews leads it off against Carrie Eberle. 1-0 count coming her way. You're very familiar with the Oklahoma State program with Kenny Gajewski. How good of a fit is Carrie Eberly on that staff, on a program who has just been elite recently.
Yeah, just fits right into that staff. She has experience playing under him, knows the program. You're seeing a lot of that return home theme this summer.
Eberly, low throw. Vidalis scoops it up, but the speed of Andrews gets her on first. It'll be an infield single for Aaliyah.
Well, and Carrie Eberly is usually pretty tentative with her throw to first base, so she took her time to gather herself and to make that throw. And while she's doing that, Aaliyah Andrews is just getting down the line so quick, gets out of the box so fast. She sees that ball down and knows that she can take off to first base and get there safely.
Great pick by Vidalis at first. That goes by her. Aaliyah might be standing on third right now. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter reached on an error and scored in the first inning.
And you'll see Carrie get a lot of ground ball outs because of her drop ball. Her drop ball has heavy movement down, throws with good velocity. That last pitch at about 69 miles an hour. Creates a lot of ground ball outs for her infield.
Throw down to get Aaliyah, not in time, slides in. Very close, it was a good tag by Ortez. I was wondering what Aaliyah Andrews was doing there for a second. And this is gonna be a challenge, I think.
Perfect throw, takes Ortez right into the tag. I thought live she had her. What an athletic play, though. The catch as she's falling to make the tag, to hold on to the ball. That throw is exactly where it needed to be to lead her into tagging Aaliyah Andrews. Oh, it's going to be close. I think maybe her hand still is able to get there before the ball tags her. Oh, maybe not. God, it's so close. We saw a post one earlier, too, which is not enough evidence to be able to overturn it, not enough looks. And I think this one might be the same way.
Yeah, second baseman tough today. I think you're right. I just don't know that there's enough. I mean, that is so close.
So
wow.
close. And just look at how Ortez is manipulating her body as it's going one way toward the first base side, but her tag is going toward the second base bag. I mean, not an easy play at all for Ortez, and made it look so smooth.
Still waiting for the ruling here. Our umpires today, Cameron Ellison behind the plate here in game 2. Don Brown, Robbie Guest.
That was stopping it right there. If her glove is on her body right there, her hand is not on the bag yet, I don't think.
That is the ultimate question. When was that tag actually right? Yeah. That is so tough. Aaliyah full extension too. Used to seeing that in the outfield from her. For me, it's I always have thought with replays, you're talking about you need conclusive evidence. There's a point where it's taken a certain amount of time where I don't know that you can say that there is conclusive evidence. And let's see what happens here with the call. Safe at second, so the call is upheld. I think that was the correct decision, mainly based on just the looks we had.
Yeah, it's very likely, I think, if you had a couple different camera looks that could zoom in, or maybe even a slow motion camera, that maybe it's proven otherwise, but that's about as close as it gets. Andrews had a good jump, too. I was actually surprised it was that close at second base.
Great throw by Taylor Edwards. So quick. Fouled straight back. It's a 2-2 count now for Eberly against Kelsey Stewart-Hunter. So Kelsey, before the game, out in the players' suite, hanging out with her son Trace. He's right around a year old now. Fouls that one off. Talking about Eberly down in the zone. I think she's just the way it looks coming out of her hand. Just, I mean, I think it's very unique to the other pitchers. Not that she's not doing something. There's other pitchers who go down in the zone in the league. It just looks unique coming out of her hand.
Well, I think it all starts with her arm circle being so unique. Everybody else's arm circle usually just comes straight above her head, but Carrie kind of brings her elbow up in her arm circle and leads with her elbow. And you'll notice it right there. Right at the beginning after she goes through that motion forward with her hand, it's like her elbow leads to the top of her circle. That's why there's just not one way to pitch. It's not a cookie cutter athletic movement.
Gets the call against Stuart Hunter for out number 2.
Here is that drop ball, paints the corner inside. That rotation is so over the top, it just falls off the table when it gets to the plate. It's our first strikeout.
Now Deja Mulipola, who walked and scored in her first trip to the plate. You kind of answered the question I was going to ask you, but is it when you work with young pitchers specifically, it's basically, okay, what are you comfortable with in your motion? Or are there certain things that sometimes you do have to change?
It's always a mixture of both. It really is. There's no clear-cut answer. There's certain positions that you want to try to get to, but not everybody's body or everybody's body with the way that it's built is able to get to those positions. So that's when you start to see some different unique parts of mechanics. But usually, like when you have something, like I'm thinking about Sydney Littlejohn too, and the way that her elbow bends and creates a good curveball. Like everybody is built and has different flexibility so differently.
2 walks for Deja Mulipola, 16 points for her in her 2 trips to the plate. Now first and second with 2 outs for Danielle Gibson. I love all the pre-pitch stuff, kind of getting into when you start your motion, you know, the Alicia Ocasio, and she doesn't do it anymore, but the long rock back with her arm going up in the air. You know, like Monica Abbott late in her career kind of did like this squat, like basically went to a knee almost.
Yeah, the one thing that does stay consistent across the board is that whatever your motion is, it needs to be the same every single pitch. Your rhythm and timing and tempo stays the same, no matter what it looks like for you.
Saw that shot of Kat Osterman and Ocasio on the wall here in Rosemont. Kat with the ball and glove going over her head, the beginning of hers. I'm trying to think of like some of the other iconic motions from some of the top pitchers in the game.
Jenny Finch always had one that people try to emulate, with both of her arms going back and standing pretty upright at the beginning of her pitch.
6 straight pitches out of the zone for Eberle. That one in the zone. Gibson fouls it away. Big at bat right here. Teams who have scored 4 or more runs have won 16 games, 16-2. Both the win and loss category of that nugget got updated in game 1 today. Taylor McQuillan, who started yesterday's game, in the bullpen right now for Team Urtez. Only 5 innings this season has a team scored 4 or more runs. We have had 2 of those innings today, and both of them coming in the first inning. Gibson paints the right field line. Around comes Andrews. Here comes Mulipola. The throw is not in time. Gibson comes through with a 2 RBI double.
Is able to keep her hands inside of this pitch. It's a drop ball left a little bit up, but gets her barrel down to it. That hit just hugs the line for 2 RBI for Danielle Gibson, who continues to stay so hot, and Team Alexander continues to score.
She is a double machine, 5th of the season. That leads the league. Had 6 doubles in the shortened AUX season. That was tied for first with Amanda Lorenz. Danielle Gibson, the 2nd overall pick for Odyssey Alexander. She is back on Odyssey's team for the 2nd straight week, along with 4 others: Aaliyah Andrews, Hannah Flippen, Gwen Svekis, and Alyssa Denham. Crowd's getting into it. A couple of the dogs barking a little bit. Gwen Svekis check swing. Not sure what's going on. Somebody said something, I think, over there. Somebody's got a treat and somebody's jealous.
Just kind of came out of nowhere, too. They were behaving, minding their business.
Another foul ball for Gwen Svekis. I mean, Gwen has to deal with it, too. The heckling from the... That's a German Shepherd over there.
Yeah.
His sibling is sitting and yawning right now next to him. He's not having it.
Yeah, I think the one that's not saying anything is the older one. The younger one's a little protective. That's the older guy. Or lady, not sure.
The younger pup is, they had to trying to get her calmed down. This is great. A nice play by Bryce DeColve over there, one of the facilitators in his first season. Full count now. That is low to Svekis. 8 points for her on the walk, and this inning continues with 2 outs. 2-out walk, 2-out double to bring in 2, and now another 2-out walk. Now Eberly facing Hannah Flippen with a 3-run home run in her back pocket from the first inning. Back-to-back strikes here to Flippen. You look at the teams and how they were constructed. Team Urtez had the highest team ERA at 3.70. They have the 2nd highest average and the most home runs. So it was a more offensive-minded draft for Anissa Urtez, even though there's some really talented pitchers on her roster. As far as what the numbers say, this is more of a hitting team. 1-2 outside.
Yeah, that team ERA 3.70. The next highest was Bubba Nichols' team. This is coming into today at 2.97. Best ERA was Ia Davidson's team.
2.52. You're going to win a lot of games that way. They gave up 5 last night, but I thought Ferremo and Masson, for the most part, were good. Right now, Odyssey Alexander, long break for her.
Yeah,
very long break. You'll take it because you're 6-1. Here's Hannah Flippen. This is what she's done. Just that steady climb. Gotta love to see that from 12th to 8th from week 3 to week 4 now.
On the rise, then had that 3-run home run in her last at bat, her first home run of the season. Going to add to her points total.
5 of 6 batters have now reached against Carrie Eberly. 3 walks, back-to-back walks there for Svekis and Flippen, and the bases are loaded. Now you are really in the danger zone. Already 6-1, but Team Alexander, they could just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make a decision here if they want to bring in Taylor McQuillan, who's in the bullpen right now, and you see Anissa Urtez talking it over with Carrie Eberly, as well as with the rest of her team.
see, Faith Canfield, the facilitator, is trying to iron things out here with Anissa Ortez. I think this is where Athletes Unlimited can differ a little bit, because I don't think they're thinking this game is over. It's not, but the inning is lost. So do you bring McQuillan in this situation, potentially gives up a base hit or something like that, and maybe gets her off balance a little bit, or do you try to give her a clean inning and then work on inning points the rest of the way? Maybe one of the conversations being had. This is a very dangerous hitter with Delaney Wiz at the plate.
Really good point. Start to look at the game a little bit different when it comes to strategy and your pitching changes. Seen a lot of close games, though, and a lot of lower scoring games, so today has not been the case. Seems like whatever the first game is, it kind of sets a tone for the second game that we have.
Wiz, ground ball. Romero takes care of it at third. So they limit it with some respect. Danielle Gibson, a 2-run double. It's a big lead right now for Team Alexander. Six-1 lead for Team Alexander, and 20 inning win points secured for everybody on this team. Potentially a lot more coming if Team Ortez can't turn it around quickly. Here's the leaderboard. Odyssey Alexander in first place with a pretty sizable lead. 186 points clear of Bubba Nichols. Danielle Gibson moving back up into a captain's chair. She started the day in that position. Mia Davidson in third. Sierra Romero not far behind them in fifth place. Really great leaderboard toward the top right now. No one has won more than Odyssey Alexander. She has won 46 of the last 51 inning points. That's 460 points alone right there. Currently on a 9-game winning streak.
Those wins matter. You hear it from all the players how important winning innings is, and also how important winning games. And then too, when you're winning, then you're likely to get closer to MVP points as well. So just one thing works with another. And how about only one pitcher in the top 5 on the leaderboard right now? Pitchers notoriously winning AU championships.
Left center field, long run. Gibson makes the catch. Let's go down to Savannah.
Well, we're starting to see a shift in the luck for the gold team, and there's no one who feels that quite as strongly as Deja Molipola. She has been in gold every single week. They had only won 1 game out of 9 until Odyssey was kind of the one who turned that around for this team. She and Deja are best friends off of the field, and Deja said that she loved that confidence that she's getting from someone that she just knows has her back. Then today, talking to Odyssey about this cushion that her team has supplied her, she said the same thing, that there's nothing I love more than stepping into the circle, seeing my team put some runs up for me and go, hey, y'all got my back? I've definitely got yours. So we're seeing that chemistry between the two of them off field play together now that they're together in gold this week.
Thank you, Savannah. Great catch over there at third base by Delaney Wiz, robbing Josie Muffley.
Well, you saw the way that Deja Mulipola, Savannah, went and hugged Odyssey at the end of yesterday's game. And that hug and the excitement, the smiles that they shared amongst their teammates, but really with each other, just said everything. And he knew exactly what was going on, that Deja Mulipola, unfortunately, had lost quite a few games and finally got a win under her belt last night with Odyssey.
Last 6 outs for Odyssey Alexander have come in the air. The other 2 are strikeouts. One of those was Amanda Lorenz to lead off the game. Lorenz get them going here. Have to find a way to crawl back. That's the one thing with Athletes Unlimited. It does not matter what the score is, especially early in a game like this. There are 50 more inning win points on the line. That is a good day. I mean, if you are going to lose a game, if you can collect 50 inning win points, you feel really good. As Lorenz showing off the speed, getting down the first base line.
Odyssey thought about jumping up and grabbing that one. It one hopped over her head, and she decided to pull down her glove. I don't know if she would have actually been able to reach it or not, but decided to let that one go through to Abby Ramirez. And great hustle by Amanda Lorenz to get down the line. She was moving quick, trying to beat out this infield single.
How big will that be? Can Megan Wiggins come through here? Reward Lorenz for that hustle. First pitch off the end of the bat, a spinner to Delaney Wiz, who's having a great week over at third base. 8-pitch inning for Odyssey Alexander. She is rolling in first place on the leaderboard right now. (6-1) going to the bottom of the third. Team Alexander has collected 20 of the inning win points. Don't forget, more softball coming your way tomorrow on ESPN2 first at 2 Eastern. It will not be Dog Day at the park anymore, unfortunately, although it is today and we have enjoyed every second of it. It'll be Team Davidson and Team Urtez kicking things off of our doubleheader. And then on ESPN Plus, 4:30 Eastern, to wrap up Series 4.
You see it? See the little puppy?
I did. Makes me miss my puppy at home. Carrie Eberly trying to get things rolling in the circle. Struggled with command that last inning. Faces 8, 9, and 1 here against Team Alexander in the bottom of the third. Caroline Jacobson hit a laser back in the first. Line out to Wiggins in center field. Is up in the zone. Ball 1. Jacobson, Muffley, some of these rookies have swung some pretty good bats this season. Rachel Becker's one of them. The averages really aren't there. But as far as the swings and quality of at-bats, I think they have been. They want the results. 2-1. That's fouled back.
You could tell that this Team Alexander team just feels good. It looks like they've been playing together for months, if not years. Good team chemistry on this Team Alexander team and paying off in terms of run production and quick innings. A lot of confidence in all positions and in the box.
Great spot from Eberle. Out number 1 here in the third on the strikeouts. Second one for Eberle. Both of them have come looking. Well, everybody loves to rep Athletes Unlimited. You can too. Check out the new AU softball merch this season. You got player personalized tees. Go to shop.auprosports.com to get yours today. Abby Ramirez foul ball to start things off 0-1.
Yeah, after 2 long innings, Chucky, I think that Team Ortez just wants a quick inning out on defense. Faced a lot of hitters in the first 2 innings.
Ramirez slaps it into right field for a base hit. Team Alexander with some speed on the base paths now with 1 out.
Yeah, that got a good response from the fans down below us wearing some Ramirez t-shirts. Abby from the local area, so a lot of her extended family coming out to, and friends watching her play. They liked what they saw there with that hit.
She has a great support system. That goes back to her days in the NPF as well. Always friends and family in the building cheering on Abby Ramirez. She had a great story for us. We talked a lot about her swinging it from the right side, and she said her grandma just wants one more home run, right-handed home run. She misses the power hitting days.
Now, that was a pretty sign, Chucky. Could you make a sign that looked as good as that sign that was made for Aaliyah?
Zero artistic ability. Do you?
I think I could make that, but it would take a lot of time. And I definitely need it right next to me to be able to go off of. But
to trace it.
Yeah.
Real
I
impressive.
said right next to, not on top of. But that's a really pretty sign. I like that. The gold colors.
What a great season Aaliyah Andrews has had. Played for Team USA in the World Cup qualifier. One thing I'm waiting for, I need something in a gap for Aaliyah to chase down. She made one of the best catches I have ever seen last summer. Full extension. I feel like a lot of times with outfielders and diving plays in general, you kind of see bang plays, which are still incredible. But Aaliyah last summer laying out and for, 2-3 feet, just kind of flying parallel to the ground before the ball got there.
You don't call her Air Aaliyah for nothing.
See, I need to ask her, is it, I've called her both, like Air Leah and Air Aaliyah. And
Okay.
I'm not sure if both are, if they both go or if there's one that's actually correct. We need to,
And we need to get down to the bottom of
we
things.
need to figure that out. Oh!
That's
Asia really
close.
pull a little matrix move in the on-deck circle. Let's see Stuart Hunter at the plate. Big one here, 1-1 count.
The walks are just killing Team Ortez. There's 5 walks. We're not even through 3 innings.
There's errors and walks in the first inning, 4 walks, excuse me, 3 walks in the second inning, and another one here in the third. Two and one, a lot of speed at first and second now. That's down low for ball 3. We saw McQuillan warming up earlier for Team Ortez. Alicia Ocasio up in the pen for Team Alexander right now, though the only hiccup for Odyssey is the fact that she's had to wait a long time between innings. Good problem to have if you're a pitcher. Stuart Hunter advances the runners to second and third. There's 2 away.
I wonder if Josie Muffley could have tagged Aaliyah. It's a dicey play, but it looked like Aaliyah Andrews ran just right in front of her, and then the ball went to Josie Muffley. That had potential to be a double play. It would have been big, get out of the inning.
Spot Deja Mulipola has to love as a run producer. 2 away for her. She's got 2 walks so far in this game. Homered yesterday. 10 more inning win points on the line. That one gets away from Edwards. Eberle coming home, and Ramirez in there safely. There are the inning win points for Team Alexander. They've got 30 of the first 30 available.
Just unfortunate again. The ball got away from Taylor Edwards. Like a curveball, spins off of her glove, and in comes Abby Ramirez to score.
Nice roll to pass ball there. Hard hit ground ball to Ortez. That's gonna do it. And that hurts after that ball gets to the backstop. Another run on the board. Team Alexander cruising right now. (7-1) Team Ortez leading the way, or excuse me, trailing against Team Alexander, looking to get something started here in this 4th inning. And we have Tori Vidalis mic'd up. She is in the hole. It'll be Anissa Ortez, Taylor Edwards, and Tori Vidalis getting ready to go. Obviously, some work to do here, Tori. We appreciate you doing this for us. What are you guys looking for in this inning against Odyssey?
I mean, personally, I would just love us to stay on offense for a little while. I think we've had some quick innings, so maybe not swinging at the first or second pitch, getting some good ones. Taylor's going to get a hit right here, and then I'm going to get a hit, and Nisa's going to get on. We got to keep the good mo going.
What is Odyssey doing so well right now?
She's throwing her off-speed curve a little bit, so she's got a change up and then a little off-speed curve. She's throwing it to both sides of the plate. But really, we just got to pick a speed and commit to it and be on time.
It seems like, to me, Tori, this season, her speed is a little bit more overwhelming for hitters than what we saw in the AUX season or even last season. How do you feel about her velocity? What does it feel like to you?
Yeah, I think when I'm like kind of in the groove of things, speed kind of just flies over my head because I'm just ready to hit whatever. But I think she's been utilizing herself well, especially late in the game and even when she's starting. So she's proving that she can use her speeds as a factor as well as, you know, that off-speed stuff too. So I think her being able to command that off-speed stuff makes her hard stuff look even harder.
Yeah, Tori, we're going to listen in from here on until you are on base, and then we'll chat it up with you again.
Hey, that's the kind of talk I like, Chucky. Oh, see you!
Foul ball from Taylor Edwards.
Yate!
0-1 count. Tori Vidalis mic'd up on deck. One of our ESPN colleagues, as a matter of fact.
See you, bud. Give her the slippery one.
Talking about the ball that Odyssey
Yate,
Alexander was
yate.
getting from the home plate umpire.
Without context, because I wasn't looking down at the screen, I was really curious what was going on there when she said that.
Ooh, good ball. Stay behind, stay behind.
0-2 count now for
Yeah,
Taylor
1-2.
Edwards.
Gap to gap, what do you say?
Roles reversed here. We were talking earlier. Taylor behind the plate. Gwen Svekis hitting, and this time Gwen behind the dish for Taylor to hit.
See you.
Decently hit
No,
into
never know,
center.
never know, never know.
Oh, and Aaliyah Andrews lost it. And Edwards is standing on second base.
Project 8.
That's a big break.
And the thing is, too, she was right there underneath it, but you could tell very last minute she's trying to shade her eyes with her glove. She was right there. It looked like it even may have hit off the tip of her glove.
On the burner.
Good hustle by Taylor Edwards to run that out.
Wait. Wrong person.
Get herself to second base.
First pitch to Tori.
It's that off-speed pitch that Tori was talking about.
One outside. Good eye to even the count.
And another off-speed pitch that Tori was talking about. So back-to-back off-speed pitches. The last one looked more like an off-speed curveball.
Outside corner. They did rule that last ball a double for Taylor Edwards. She'll take it. That's 20 points on the leaderboard. There's that off-speed pitch. Vidalis sits on it, and Flippin can't quite handle it. Really awkward for Hannah Flippin.
Ooh, I watched it go inner glove and outer glove.
A couple more defensive miscues this day today. This was hit right at Hannah Flippin, and Tori will be happy to know that that had an exit velocity of over 82 miles an hour, which is top 10% here in the league. Hard hit ball. Tori, what would be your guesstimate of your exit velocity on that hit?
Ooh, yeah, how fast do you think that was? I'm gonna say 84.5.
Super close, 82.2.
Oh, yesterday, thank you. Kelsey Stewart is complimenting me right now. Thank you, appreciate that. Yesterday, the one that I hit was 80, I think 84, 85. And Amanda Lorenz was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, just a little hit, you know, because she caught it, so. Oh, see you, Sid.
Well, yeah, you did get a hit for that, just to
Nice.
let you know. They
Thank
did rule that
you.
a single.
Wow, plus 10.
You talked about the off-speed from Odyssey, and that's what we saw a number of times in that at-bat. You got what you thought you were going to get?
Yeah, how far out was that second one? Just curious. Was I crazy, or was it a good strike?
Amanda, you think?
Amanda, was it a pitcher's
close was
strike
that
or a
pitch?
hitter's strike?
I really can't remember. I don't remember thinking one way or the other, honestly. I remember just thinking, oh, it's a strike. You know, like I wasn't thinking one way or the other.
You know what she thinks. It's always a pitcher's
Always
strike.
a strike for the pitcher's, right? See you!
Tori, what do you think Sydney's looking to do in this at-bat?
I think she's just looking to poke it in a gap somewhere, get a good swing off, and get me home. Because I'm like one of the fastest players in AU, so.
So anything in a gap, you're scoring.
Oh, absolutely. Unhooking the trailer. We're going to get it going. We need some runs. We need some inning points. And Sid's going to do it. Sid is a clutch hitter.
You're not thinking about stealing here? Move yourself into scoring
go right now?
position? Yeah. He faked us out.
Try to get the dugout to have eyes on me.
I thought you were really going to go. That was going to be a classic viral moment. If I asked you you asked me if you should go, and I said yes, and then I really thought you were going to go.
Got to keep you on your toes up there.
3-2 now to
Yeah,
Sydney
Sid.
Romero.
Stick with her. Yeah, two.
So maybe a different situation, we could actually get you to do that for us then.
Yeah, maybe if there's a foul ball right here or something, I'll go the next one. Come on, Taylor. Come on, Taylor. Plate's open, plate's open, plate's open, plate's open. Ah!
there goes Tori. Hey, we'll take that.
Okay, Wheels.
I mean, you said you wanted a steal. How fast do you think it was? We'll see if Flip gets it right. What is it? She thought 98. That's a lot of.
See, she tagged and then did a little delay steal.
Would you have tried it at third?
I would have thought about it, but they were too close. And I knew that they would have to throw the ball a long way to get me at second. And then if they throw the ball to second, it kind of opens it up a little bit for Taylor. So just knowing like where they have to throw the ball and knowing how likely it is that I'm going to be safe. You got to be thinking about the throws. What has to happen for you to get out? Go!
This is the backstop. Here comes Edwards, and she scores.
I didn't even need to do that.
Odyssey is a little banged up at home right now. I think Taylor Edwards kind of slid into her. Hopefully she's all right. That was pretty good contact.
She was waiting for the toss from Molipola, and as she came in, her foot slipped, which caused her to go down to her knee, and then Edwards slides into her left knee.
Just throwing such a great game, of course, in the midst of an outstanding season. This is not what you want to see at any point, but you know how tough she is, too. This isn't a small deal. She's feeling it. Taylor Edwards was concerned right away, too. It was just one of those plays. See if Odyssey tries to stay in. I mean, 2 outs in the inning. Vidalis on third base.
And important to note, too, nothing malicious with that slide at all. Like you said, just one of those plays is Taylor Edwards trying to go in hard and Alexander trying to make a play.
The captain, number 3, Odyssey Alexander.
It just seemed like her left foot, it slid and then honestly kind of twisted awkwardly. I think that maybe that had a little bit to do with it as well, because her left foot skid on the turf, and then it kind of twisted and put her in an awkward position for Taylor Edwards to slide into.
Yeah, and then they went knee to knee after that. Odyssey might try and throw one or two just to see how she's feeling, but she is the leader right now. 206 points clear of Bubba Nichols. That is a good size lead. They are winning 7-2. I mean, let's see. Alicia Ocasio, I believe, is going to come out of the bullpen here. And hopefully this is just a little bruise, maybe banged up a little, nothing serious, and we will see Odyssey tomorrow. We will have to keep an eye on this, but it does look like Alicia Ocasio will enter this game for her first action here in week 4. 1 run already across for Team Urtez. Trying to find a way to get their first inning win points in this game. Tough spot for Alicia Ocasio to come into. There are 2 outs, but a runner on third, and that'll do it for Odyssey Alexander. Hopefully everything okay with the superstar who leads the field right now. unfortunate ending to Odyssey Alexander's day. Has to exit with the injury after a little collision at home plate with Taylor Edwards. 3 2/3, 4 hits allowed, 2 strikeouts for Odyssey. The runner on third is hers, but still in line for the win. If her team can finish the job, plenty of room here. Alicia Ocasio entering her first action here in series number 4. The 2021 Athletes Unlimited softball champion has had an up and down summer. Struggled at AUX, was tremendous for Puerto Rico in multiple events during the break, and is having a much better season here. ERA right at 3, 1-3 record, but .231 opponent batting average. See if she can quickly close the door. 3-0 count though to Clifton. Outside, gets away, and Vidalis will stay. Yeah, Tori was really encouraging Taylor Edwards over there, and then she stays put at third.
Number 24, Jasmine Jackson.
Clifton on, 8 points for her on the walk, and now Jasmine Jackson. Well, looks like we'll have a pinch hitter for Jasmine Jackson. It'll be Sachel Palacios coming out of the dugout. Sachel just 0 for 3 this season. Hasn't had a lot of looks. Hit .281 last summer. Had a grand slam back in her hometown of San Diego at AUX last summer.
Pinch hits have been hard to come by this season. DJ Sanders had a pinch hit in the last game.
Looks like that trend will continue. Flippin calling off Ocasio and makes the catch. So Alicia does not allow that run to come in, and they still have a sizable lead. (7-2) Team Alexander leading Team Urtez, who plated their second run of the game in the top of the 4th. Inning win points on the line here. Don't forget the Little League Classic from Williamsport, the 6th annual MLB Little League Classic. Phillies and Nationals, 7 Eastern, plus the special Kids Cast edition airing on ESPN2. That is always such a cool event. We got a little taste of it ourselves with the AU programs last week in Greenville, the first ever. So the softball pros got to interact with the Little Leaguers. We enjoyed every second of that. I think the pros actually might have enjoyed it more than the Little Leaguers, if possible. I mean, everybody had a blast.
It was so cool. And then, of course, Odyssey Alexander's cousin was playing the Little League Softball World Series. Got to see her in person. And, yeah, that game at the Little League Baseball World Series is really cool when the MLB takes the field, and really special.
Bottom of the 4th. Carrie Eberly needs a 0 here to secure some points for her team, working on Danielle Gibson. Let's go down to Savannah.
Coming out of that inning, before Taylor Edwards took the field, she came over to Odyssey Alexander just to check on her, say, hey,
Are you good? Not on purpose. I'm so sorry. And I think that just goes to show, while the competition is always so high at Athletes Unlimited, these athletes care about each other before the leaderboard, before the games and wins, just making sure each other is good. I think that just really speaks to who Taylor Edwards is. You hear so many athletes talk about how great of a catcher she is, but also person, just going over and checking in with Odyssey before this inning.
Yeah, we'll keep a close eye on Odyssey. It was a cool moment to witness, and we've seen Odyssey kind of laughing a little bit, having fun. Hopefully she's okay. I mean, I think it's good that the trainers aren't actively looking at her and really didn't much after they came out on the field to check on her. So hopefully it's just one of those, hey, precaution. Here's that play. You're right, the ankle turned weird, and then Taylor Edwards' right foot hit Odyssey in the left knee, and her left knee hit Odyssey in the right knee.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on in that play that was not ideal for Odyssey Alexander, but
I'd like to see that sportsmanship, though, that
Yep.
Savannah was talking about.
good eye from Danielle Gibson. 3-2 the count. Odyssey Alexander sits atop the leaderboard, 206 points clear of Bubba Nichols. They match up tomorrow in what could be a crucial game in the grand scheme of things. That is in there for strike 3 to get Gibson looking to lead off the 4th.
Yeah, it's going to be frustrating for Carrie Eberle because she's made some really good pitches in her outing and just hasn't had great command. But when she's made good pitches like that, she's gotten a lot of strikes and a couple strikeouts.
Pitch down low to Gwen Svekis. A walk and a strikeout on the day for Gwen, who is just 14 points shy of 1,000, sitting in 15th on the leaderboard. Watches that one in the dirt for ball 2. Mentioned Gwen, great finishes in the championship season, never lower than 14. That was last summer. 5th in 2020, 10th in 2021. And currently in 15th. So if she stays at this or better, she will have 4 top 15 finishes in the championship season. I mean, I think there's something to be said about that, because it is, you have to win consistently, and that proves the type of player, leader, and teammate that Gwen Svekis has been over the years.
Yeah, it's just a grind to be consistent in this league with the level of competition and just how things get mixed up every week. It's a lot mentally and physically for these players. And so to have that consistency just speaks volumes about the type of player that Gwen is.
Inside a walk, that's the 8th 3-ball count for Eberle, and another walk for her as Gwen's on, and 8 more points. Here's your fantasy pick'em update. This week's leaderboard champion was Team Ray TP. Of all participants, no team's able to predict the top 4. The question is, will you be the first to do it? Make your picks today, auprosports.com/fantasy. Couple arms up, McQuillan and Rachel Garcia in Team Urtez's bullpen. Just 1 out here in the 4th. Sydney McKinney, the rookie out of Wichita State, will pinch run. A lot of speed over there for Hannah Flippen to work with. Flippen has reached both times. Good day for her at the plate so far. She had that laser hit at her by Tori Vidalis. It's a really awkward position for her. Wasn't able to bring it in. Catches the outside corner. Pretty impressive from Tori that she was within 2.5 miles per hour of the velocity, or the exit velo of that ball.
That's why I wanted her to guess, just to see if she has a good feel of exit velocity.
That is ripped up the middle by Hannah Flippen. Exit velo, that one coming off at 78 miles per hour. Back-to-back base runners now.
She had that sky-high home run in her first at-bat, that 3-run home run, and then this one taking an outside pitch just right back up the middle of the field. And this is where Team Ortez has just had some issues out on defense. 6 walks that they've given up in this game, and it's usually followed up with something. Just been hard to have shutdown innings.
Carrie Eberle's day is done. Delaney Wiz getting set to come to the plate. McQuillan and Eberle, a quick conversation. McQuillan set to come in. Delaney Wiz will be the first batter she will face. Let's go into the game with Air National Guard and Delaney Wiz.
Those scare me a lot. Good job. Good job. I'll have Gwen tell you, I called your home run today. I literally told Gwen, I said, I think Hannah Flippin's gonna hit a home run today.
The first place.
This is I feel like I'm in like a basement right now.
Right. Basement party?
Yeah.
Hey,
Rave.
she just can see into the future. She called Hannah Flippin's home run. So if Delaney Wiz says you're going to hit a home run or says it to a teammate or something, whoever it is, feel good about it.
Yeah, you know, she said that high pop-up scared her a little bit. If you had to go out there right now and field 10 ground balls or catch 10 fly balls, which one would you choose?
Fly balls.
Okay.
What would you choose?
Oh, definitely fly balls. Yeah, don't put me on the infield. Not a chance. I mean, the turf is better. I just don't need the bad hops on dirt or something.
Yeah.
Get a look at Taylor McQuillan entering this game. 4 2/3 yesterday, gave up 4 hits, just 2 earned runs, and struck out 3. And for the longest time, it looked like she had led her team off to a great start that weekend, and they'd get the win.
A really good start for her yesterday. Threw really well. Good spin from the left-hand side, spins a curveball, both sides of the plate, up in the zone with her rise, and then also will come in with a screwball. Talk about her deceptiveness and just really how much she hides the ball in her delivery is what it seems like. It's just so hard to pick the ball up at her hip.
The runner on second would force the points to roll over. If the runner on first scores, it's a clean sweep of the first 4 innings for Team Alexander. So this is a big inning for McQuillan and company. Start to chip away at this lead and get some points. 0-1 count coming now to Delaney Wiz. Two more games tomorrow. The Week 5 draft coming up on Monday. Odyssey Alexander, not technically a lock, but it is getting very close to the point where she will be drafting another team in the final week of the season, and that is a good place to be. If you want to be at the top of the leaderboard, if you want a medal around your neck, you want to be in the top 4 heading into that final week. 2-1, hit well into left field. Delaney Wiz has done it! Over the players' suite, a 3-run shot. And Team Alexander's day just keeps getting better. Back-to-back days for Delaney Wiz.
Yeah, her bat can get hot in a hurry. We saw it in the shortened AUX season, and now days with back-to-back home runs. That was about a ball off the plate. Clearly looking for the inner half, quick to it, steps a little bit open more towards third base to get her barrel to that pitch. About 250 feet of distance, 75 mile an hour off of the bat. Delaney Wiz with a 3-run bomb.
Bases cleared for the rookie Caroline Jacobson. And a great weekend for Delaney Wiz. Defense, offense. She's on a really good team right now.
Walks have just been so tough for Team Ortez. 6 walks in this game, like we had mentioned before. And that you're going to walk some people. Maybe it's a zone, maybe it's just pitch location, whatever it is. You're going to walk some people in a game, but it's how do you respond to the hitter after the walk? And with those 6 walks, the next hitter, 4 of the 6 times the next hitter reached, whether it was with another walk or with the hit. That's what's just fed into this Team Alexander fuel on offense.
Jacobson hits this a mile in the air, deep to left center. Maybe trouble here. That's gone! Caroline Jacobson, her second career home run, back-to-back with Delaney Wiz. She hit a laser in her first at bat, but it was caught by Wiggins. All right, that one won't get caught.
Everybody is just feeling it in this Team Alexander lineup. Now 1 through 9, every single person has scored a run. Every single person has reached at least one time. Caroline Jacobson, solo home run, back-to-back home runs for Team Alexander. Just putting it on Team Ortez right now, scoring in every inning.
And our buddy over there,
He knows.
the dog, is getting excited. Pinch hitter coming in, Shannon Rhodes to replace Abby Ramirez. Rhodes, last year's Rookie of the Year, but struggling this season, hitting just a little under 100 at the plate. First pitch to Rhodes from McQuillan. Savannah's got both home run hitters, Delaney Wiz and Caroline Jacobson.
Thanks, Chucky. Delaney, I was going to ask you about back-to-back home runs in days, but then you guys said we're going to have back-to-back home runs right now. What is contagious in this dugout right now?
I think just continuing off of yesterday, we have really good energy, really good vibes on this team. So I think just continuing to, just play free and keep having fun.
You guys were both crowned at the end of your home runs. Caroline, tell me what that is, the team name, how that ties into your celebrations.
We are the Odyssey's Goddesses. So Brooke made us a crown out of the cups yesterday. So we're crowning everybody as you get to home or get a base hit.
A pitching change, being able to immediately make those adjustments. What was it for both of you that you felt like you were able to take into that at bat? Delaney, I'll come to you first.
Yeah, I think I was just trying to see as many pitches as I could. I was the first batter she faced, so I think I was just trying to see what her tendencies were, and I saw a good pitch to hit, so that's what happened.
Carol, did you build off of that in the odd deck circle?
Yes, definitely. I got to see some pitches from Delaney, and obviously I've hit off Taylor a few times here already, so just looking for the pitch that I wanted and putting my best swing on it.
BTV, thank you both.
Thank you.
Great stuff, Savannah. Caroline Jacobson, Delaney Wiz is in her second season as a pro, but this is her first with Athletes Unlimited. It's been an outstanding pickup. Somebody who has been very valued on draft days as Rhodes goes down looking on strikes. That's out number 2. For Jacobson, this rookie class is really impressive. Talk a lot about the rookie pitchers, but I think you've got some rookie hitters who are going to have some really nice careers and seem to be getting better and better as the season goes on. Team Alexander, 16 runs plus 14, their scoring margin, 5 home runs. It's just the third game of the season. This is the 22nd game played. Just the third game where a team has scored 10 or more runs. At AUX, we saw double digits a number of times in much less games.
Well, and again, what hurts is that Team Alexander has just 8 hits, so they have 11 runs off of 8 hits. That's where the walks and a couple of errors, so 2 errors for Team Ortez, 6 walks, just crushing them out on defense, extending these innings.
Leah Andrews has come to the plate in every inning. Quillen cannot get the outside corner, 1-2. 40 for 40 as far as the inning win points go for Team Alexander. Swings through it for strike 3. The inning points belong to them. Out of 160 this weekend, they have captured all of them.
Big bottom of the 4th inning for Team Alexander. A 3-run home run off the bat of Delaney Wiz, followed up with a solo home run by Caroline Jacobson. 2 bombs in that inning.
11-2. Busy day in Rosemont, always at O'Hare International Airport. We're always sometimes a little bit jealous. We love being here. But you see the big plane taking off, and you just never know where that's headed. Don't forget, we're not done yet, though. 2 Eastern tomorrow on ESPN2 to kick things off. Team Davidson and Team Urtez. For Team Urtez, that could be must-win mode. They can't mount a huge comeback right here. You do not want to go 0-3. Here's the leaderboard. Odyssey Alexander, the way this thing is going to have a massive lead on Bubba Nichols when their matchup tomorrow begins. That'll be game 2, and it is so important with regards to crowning a champion next weekend. Eric Collins and Danielle Laurie will be back. Odyssey left with an injury earlier. She's 160 points have been available for her and her team this week for win points. They have them all. I mean, somebody has to slow her down or she is going to run away with this thing.
I know, right? And not just winning the games, but winning innings, the majority of innings.
She has won 17 straight innings.
Oh my goodness. What a stat.
Last time she lost one was the first inning last Sunday. Just ridiculous. And here's the points breakdown. See the inning win points, 610, over 1,000 total win points, 200 MVP points. I mean, really, we'll see how the MVP voting shakes out. She was probably on her way to more MVP points. That's a great play from Ocasio out of the pitcher's circle. Picking up right where Odyssey left off. So we'll see. Will she add to those 200 MVP points? I don't know. She went deep enough in the game, but probably was on her way to them, that's for sure.
It's so hard with the amount of offense that has happened in this game for her team. I think if this was like a 3-2 game and she gave them that good start, we could try. Or
space it.
A closer game, I think she might be an option for MVP. But can you imagine if she would get all these win points and MVP points at the end of this game?
Wren's on with 1 out. Join the Unlimited Club as a UC Gold member, and you'll receive a softball gold box, including an exclusive jersey, a Cat Osterman bobblehead, and more. That is quite the box. Limited quantities available. Go for gold today at auprosports.com/membership.
I feel like bobbleheads are having another moment.
Resurgence, yeah.
Yes.
And I feel like a kid again right now. We had Topps trading cards up here. We were ripping packs open. Like it was Christmas morning, and then got the bobblehead. Cat Osterman, you know you've made it if you have a bobblehead.
Yeah, for sure. I need one of those.
You don't have one? There's got to be an Amanda Scarborough bobblehead somewhere.
Okay, no, I was saying I need a Cat Osterman bobblehead, but there also, I don't have a bobblehead.
I'm not that conceited.
Yeah, I need one of those. I meant cats.
Down and away from Ocasio. 1 out, 1 on. So right where you want to be with regards to the order. Does catch the outside corner. Lorenz 2 for 3. Oh, look at that little puppy.
Oh my goodness, I can barely see it.
That's DJ Sanders' dog hanging out. 3-2, Wiggins staying alive. See what Team Alexander's thinking for tomorrow for their pitching staff. I've not seen Brooke Yanez still. Ground ball, chance for 2, flipping, quick turn. Wiggins is safe at first. 2 outs. I think the most likely thing we will see if Odyssey can't go again or doesn't feel like she wants to start again, probably going to see Alyssa Denham for the second time this weekend. It was the first pick for Odyssey. Went Denham, Gibson, Ocasio, and Spekas. This consecutive innings run is pretty unbelievable. And if Ocasio puts up a 0 here, they'll have a chance to extend it. Ramirez makes the play. There it is. A 0 for Alicia Ocasio and company. They are looking, Odyssey Alexandra, looking for her 18th straight inning win. (11-2), Team Alexandra looking for another inning win. It would be 18 straight for Odyssey if they can secure it as we go to the bottom of the 5th. And once again, joined by our star in the stands, Georgina Cork. It's been a while since we last talked to you. Have you taught or learned anything with your friends since then?
I have learned a lot, actually. We've been talking a little bit of shop, a lot of softball. Honestly, more than that, we've been talking a lot just about these young girls and the things that they do now that I used to do back then. We've been talking about what bats we like, what uniforms we used to like, what shoes we do and don't like. It's been a lot of fun times back here.
Have you been grittying this week? How is your gritty?
I would like to plead the 5th on that.
Okay.
I am not a professional grittier. I never claimed to be a professional grittier, and that was not my choice of celebration.
We've enjoyed it. I mean, we have not, I'm not going to put it lightly, it's not been super impressive overall, but it's been a lot of fun to watch at least.
I think that's very harsh. I think for someone who learned the gritty yesterday, I'm doing just fine.
I mean, I definitely don't want to do it. How about this? How about, we talked about Great Britain earlier. What have you learned, like and we know your parents are from there, like what's your favorite British terminology? Is there anything you like?
Oh my gosh, I think my favorite one, my dad used to like scream at like 5 in the morning when we were leaving for softball tournaments, like, put it in the boot, put it in the boot. And I like never knew what it meant because it was 5 in the morning and I was like, boots? I need my cleats. Like, what are you talking about? And he meant put it in the trunk of the car. He's like, is your stuff in the boot? Is it in the boot? And I would always just get so confused, and then 9 times out of 10 I'd leave my cleats, and that was a whole ordeal, and I think he's glad that those days are over.
George, when you were their age, the girls sitting next to you, what did you want to be when you grew up?
That's actually so great. They write questions for us in the dome when we walk in every morning, and today's was that question. I remember at the ripe age of 4, my pre-K graduation, I stepped on stage and they asked me that question, and I, with full confidence, said, I would like to be a giraffe, please. And I left. My dreams of being a giraffe have not come to fruition yet, but other than that, I wanted to be an astronaut. And I still think that all the stuff that I do out here is just as, if not cooler, than going into outer space. And I stand by that.
That's really impressive. So where does the marine biology, you got the degree in that at USF, where does the fascination with the ocean come from?
Actually really cool. My family moved to Florida when I was younger, and my favorite thing to do was walk to the beach and walk down the beach and pick through the tide pools and see all the cool things that were going on there. And I fell in love with actually dolphins first and then sharks. So hopefully when my softball days are over and my knees don't crack twice every morning, I would like to be a shark conservationist.
That is incredible. How many dives have you been on before we let you go?
I think probably around 100. My dad's sitting over here. He and I went on the vast majority of those together. But open water, advanced, night diving, cave dives, you got to go on quite a few to get all your certifications. So I'd say probably plus 100.
We need some pictures of those for the broadcast tomorrow.
You will never get those. My ears are out. I am so embarrassed. I was 15 and in a wetsuit. It's not happening.
All right, Georgina, your day is done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the game.
She is a superstar on and off the field. I mean, I wanted to be an astronaut, shark conservationist. I mean, this is, wow.
She's so talented and just intelligent, and I don't know, like you just learn something every time that you talk to her. She's a really unique way of looking at the game and looking at life.
Hey, good question. It was on the board today.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, all right.
You know I didn't go over there.
Danielle Gibson out in front of McQuillan here. 2 quick outs, though, here in the 5th. Well, we have rollover points today.
I mean,
back.
Team Alexander has scored in every half inning. Every single one. Brookiana is warming up in the bullpen right now for them.
Maybe a good chance for Brooke, who's only thrown 6 1/3 in this championship season. 3-2 inside. 8 points there for Danielle Gibson, who currently sits 4th on the leaderboard. Standing season continues for Gibson. Now here comes Gwen Svekis. She's got a couple walks on her day. Maybe a little friendly competition too between Gwen and Taylor, like who can get the other one out the most behind the plate. Gwen winning that one right now, narrowly. They've both reached today though. Taylor misses outside, ball 1. Outside, 2-0.
So many pitches thrown for Team Ortez. And you got to give credit to Team Alexander, who's had really good at-bats, but a ton of walks in this game.
A lot of these 3-0 counts, falling behind in the count early. These hitters so elite. A lot of veteran hitters in this lineup. Svekis flipping back-to-back here. Mulipola, Stuart Hunter, Andrews at the top. Danielle Gibson feels like a veteran, even though it's only her 2nd year in the league. And don't forget, Athletes Unlimited Volleyball is back this fall, taking place in Phoenix, Arizona. Season starts October 6th, goes through November 6th. For more information on tickets and the tune-in schedule, go to auprosports.com/volleyball today. One of our volleyball athletes is always here. Works for Athletes Unlimited, Molly McCage. You'll see her like in the background of the dugouts, occasionally wandering around a little bit.
Yeah, you know it's her. She's got that height. Very helpful. Always all over the place to help with game day.
Kind of like her on the floor. I think she's, I'm not super versed on volleyball. I believe she is a middle blocker.
Yep, she is.
Is
yeah,
she? Okay,
we asked her, yep.
Oh, 2 from McQuillan. Outside to Flippin, 1-2. Can they find a way with 2 outs to push across the run again? Hey, there's Molly McCage. Hello, Molly. No monitor. I don't know if she knows. I don't know if she knows she's on down there. Slow roller here to Ortez, and she gets her former Utah teammate at first in Hannah Flippin. That's the first time today Team Alexander has not scored, and we have rollover inning points.
my name is Amanda Lorenz, and this is Blue.
This is Dolly, and this is Bingo.
This is Sage Joy Romero. This is Mac. He is a 4-month-old mini Bernedoodle.
This is Mr. Moose.
This is Cody Edwards. This is Mochi, and this is her sister Panda. And I've had them for about 5 days now.
She's ball crazy, and she loves food.
He's 11 years old.
I feel like he needs a monocle and like a distinguished English gentleman. She only likes to play with baby toys.
What do you have to say?
You have a lot to say, don't you?
She is an old lady, yes, but she's youthful.
Up.
She's been just one of the best things that has ever happened to me. He is my literal best buddy in the whole world.
Love the cat at the end. We've got plenty of dogs in attendance here. The dog days of summer at the ballpark. I think they've all had a pretty good day. That first one we showed you has been the leader of the cheers here. There's Zoe again. No comment from her. She is
still no comment in case anybody's wondering.
She's living it up right now. She's pretty happy. DJ Sanders' dog saw DJ in game 1 today.
A lot of doodles too. Both Sydney and Sierra Romero have golden doodles.
It was Taylor Edwards. It's Cody, right? That's the cat, I believe.
I think so,
Taylor Edwards, we heard from at the end. Love all the dogs licking and biting the mic a little. And Zoe she will not make it to the end of this game. She is out cold. Delaney Wiz, third low throw picked by Stuart Hunter. Savannah, you got more on the dogs and cats for us.
Well, there was one pet that I didn't feature. I don't know what it is about AU athletes. They love to adopt animals while they're in season. You saw Maddie Husky, the third pups that she's had for 5 days. And there was one cat not featured. That's Camry. It's being co-parented by Megan Framo and Brooke Yanez. They adopted this cat out of the parking lot at AUX, and they are now raising it together. Camry didn't make the cut, but she is living at the hotel with the players too. Her parents are Megan and Brooke.
I remember Brooke Yanez, when that happened, saying, I just guess that's what pro athletes do. You adopt a cat.
Oh my goodness, so funny. There's so much time that these athletes spend together and so many great stories off the field. Savannah always on top of it, as per the usual.
She is. She stayed busy down there. Yes. Back and forth from each dugout every single half inning. We're just up here chilling in the booth.
Getting her steps in.
Tori Vidalis jumps out ahead, 3-1 count. That's in there for strike 2.
Just everything going right for Team Alexander. You know, you talk about hitting is contagious. I think so is pitching. Pitching's also contagious on a team.
In the air into right field, long run here, and a diving catch by Jacobson in right.
You know, wind's blowing a little bit. It's not easy as this day has gone on. The wind has started to blow harder. The wind right now blowing hard toward left field. So for Caroline Jacobson, this ball just got knocked down and she had to get her glove underneath it. Hit right to the jet stream and hustled to get there and first slide. Then out.
It's been the weirdest day defensively. We have seen some of the best plays we've seen all season, and then we've seen some miscues that have led to really the results that we've had so far. We saw it in the first inning of this one. We saw it in the first inning of game 1. Outside corner strike call against Sydney Romero. Sister Sierra in 5th place right now on the leaderboard. Sydney is in 15th. Mom and Dad in attendance. They were definitely hoping Sierra was still going to be a captain and would pick up Sydney in the draft. Get to watch them together for the 3rd straight week. Didn't quite happen.
Dad's just looking to go hit with them.
Yeah, he's
any
thinking
chance he gets.
He's thinking Sydney's going to the cages with him after this game.
Yeah. And also, if they're on the same team, then it's less time at the ballpark and more time probably in the cages or at a family meal, something.
That's so funny. Sierra earlier, if you weren't with us, we had Sierra Romero mic'd up, and she said her dad, about 30 minutes before the game, was texting her asking if she wanted to go get some swings in the cage. She said, "Dad, I'm about to walk on the field here to get ready for our game. I gotta go." Her little brother Mikey, promoted to high A ball within the Red Sox organization this week, was a first-round draft pick a couple years ago. Their sister Sophia is headed to play college softball as well. This hit well into left field toward Mom and Dad, deep and gone! Sydney Romero right on cue sends one into the bleachers, and now both Romero sisters have homered today.
Oh, I love it for their family so much, and seeing Melissa celebrate same day, sister home runs, sister going on today. I love it. Good for Sydney too. A couple of flyouts in this game, and this got up into the jet stream, just 227 feet. In terms of distance, that pitch was more on the plate. Sydney protecting with 2 strikes than that at bat. Definitely one that she could protect and get into. Just 71 miles an hour off the bat, out of the reach of Danielle Gibson out in left field, just down the way from Mom. Just to clap it up for Sid.
Home run number 3 of the season for Sydney Romero. And moves her up the leaderboard into 13th place now. 0-1, Kaylee Clifton sitting on that one. A nice grab down there by Brooke Yanez in the bullpen for Team Alexander. That's fouled straight back. Let's go to Savannah with Sydney Romero.
Thanks, Chucky. Sydney, what do you think the notes from your dad on that at-bat are? We were talking a little bit about his feedback, how he's always in the cages with you. What do you think he'd say about that one?
He'd be really happy about that. He was already giving me a little, some info on it, my last couple at-bats, and I don't know, I really am thankful for what he tells me. So anything, a lot of it has to do with just up here. Nothing's really mechanical, so yeah, I know he's happy about that because he saw 2 Romeros hit a home run.
I was going to say, how good does it feel to get that in as a duo with your parents here?
So good, especially because their flight was changed, so now they're missing our game tomorrow. So that was highlight of the day.
Had to get it done today. Thanks, Sid.
A special moment for the Romero sisters.
It's the type of thing that gives you goosebumps of just hearing the back end of that story. Both Romeros hitting home runs on the same day. Sydney and Sierra both doing it for their mom and dad. 3 home runs hit in this game for Team Alexander. Back into first, Hannah Flippen. She's the one that set the tone with a 3-run home run, her first of the season. And then back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the 4th inning with Delaney Wiz, another 3-run home run, and Caroline Jacobson with a solo shot. Team Alexander, a big scoring 11 runs in this game.
Aspiration's going to be really busy because for every run scored, they are committed to planting 10 trees. So we are just going wild today, especially planting trees thanks to Aspiration's support. 11-3. This could snap a big streak right now, though, for Odyssey Alexander, who has currently won 17 straight innings. There are rollover inning points on the line, so 20 available if McQuillan can put up a 0, which she did to Team Alexander for the first time in the 5th inning. Wiz, Jacobson, Ramirez swings through it for strike 1. Delaney Wiz hit .304 with a pair of home runs in the shortened AUX season. 2 home runs this weekend as she watches strike 2. And I want to say she was one of the players when that season reverted back a game because they didn't get to finish because of poor air quality, so they reverted back a day to put everybody on a level playing field with regards to games played and the leaderboard. I believe Delaney Wiz was one of the 6 players who had hit a home run in that game that got erased.
Yeah, she definitely has that pop in her bat for sure.
16 home runs and 63 RBIs as a senior at UCLA. Her sister Stevie was on the 2019 national title team at UCLA. This is a spinner in foul territory.
Well, even last year, she wasn't playing with AU, but she was playing with the USSSA Pride and hit 7 home runs last summer, too. So that pop in her bat has carried over from college and to being a pro. I tell her, too, she just has so much fun playing the game. You like hearing from her and just watching her kind of take it all in, have patience with herself.
1-2 from McQuillan, and she got her swing. A great off speed from Taylor McQuillan for the first out. Sunday Night Baseball features the 6th annual MLB Little League Classic from Williamsport at historic Bowman Field. Phillies and Nationals, 7 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN Deportes, plus the Kids Cast edition airing on ESPN2. McQuillan back to the off speed to start off Jacobson with strike 1.
That pitch is looking good for her today.
4 strikeouts for Taylor McQuillan. 0-1 count to the rookie outside. You don't want to come away with nothing, so this is a big inning for Team Mertez. We said if you're chasing Odyssey Alexander, you don't want her to go perfect on win points in the first 2 games of week 4. Jacobson swings through that off speed.
It's a good looking pitch from McQuillan today. She is just keeping her arm speed up with that pitch and fooling these hitters out of the hand. One, 2. I love that when you go off speed. I mean, you just start, I mean, it's almost like a mind game, right? As a pitcher, you're saying, how many times do you think I'll really throw this in a row? I thought she was going to throw it again.
I was hoping she would.
Probably right now.
Upstairs, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5 for McQuillan.
Spin is on point for her today. It's a rise ball outside corner. Has a little backdoor tail to it as well.
You feel that as a pitcher, like when you feel like early in the count, maybe the first pitch or 2, you fool the hitter and you think, all right, I got him.
Yes, absolutely. This feeds into your confidence.
Strike 1 to Abby Ramirez, who is 1 for 2 today. She was pinch hit for in the 4th inning by Shannon Rhodes, but stays in this time. Inside corner strike two. She's starting to get in a groove. It's going to be, and it is a little bit too late for Team Urtez, but like we said, a consolation to pick up 20 inning win points. She can get this final out here. Upstairs, Ramirez lays off. The Michigan squad is missing Abby Ramirez this week. Team Davidson has Haley Wagner and Sierra Romero. Slap foul into the netting.
Can't believe the streak of so many inning wins for Odyssey.
Could come to a close here. 17 straight. That is 170 win points, plus the fact that it's 2 games worth.
Yeah.
So that adds 100 more on its own, and she's on a big winning streak. Inside corner, McQuillan strikes out the side. 2 swinging, 1 looking, and it is 20 inning win points for everybody on Team Urtez. You can tell they know it. They're excited about it. Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by the Air National Guard and by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. One more day here of week 4. That finishes up tomorrow with a doubleheader and some big nights. See Odyssey Alexander and Deja Mulipola embracing last night after a big 5-0 win over Team Davidson. It's 11-3 going to the 7th. Team Alexander needs just 3 outs here. They'll collect the 10 inning win points plus the 50 for the game. Here's tomorrow's schedule. 2 Eastern on ESPN2. Team Davidson taking on Team Urtez, who will be hoping to avoid an 0-3 weekend. And then it's Team Nichols and Team Alexander, number 1 on the leaderboard versus number 2 at 4:30 Eastern on ESPN+. Special guest in the chair chat, Odyssey Alexander, our leader right now, joining us. First, Odyssey, we got to ask you, how you feeling physically? That was a little scary earlier.
Yeah, I feel great, though. Just a little cramp, or I don't know what that was, but I'm good. I'm good.
I mean, you have been so good. Your teams have won. You've been impressive. How do you feel right now on the field?
Honestly, I feel good this season. I know I made a goal to myself that this season I'm just going to play free. I'm going to enjoy the game and enjoy my people around me.
These are up the middle from Jasmine Jackson to lead off the inning. Odyssey, what kind of captain are you? We've talked to some players about it. They love the atmosphere that you provided. We've got your strikeout clips going right now. What kind of captain do you feel like you are?
Honestly, everyone behind me, I just want them to feel free and just be the best them behind me. So whatever I can do to give that, that's what I try to do. And, you know, just have them just play the game that they know how to play.
Odyssey, before you, that's a good bunt. Before you came out of the game, you were inversed really all season. You've been mixing speeds really well. How have those pitches developed for you, your off-speed pitches?
Honestly, just like trusting everything that I have. I know last season in AUX, I really didn't you know, do a lot with my bread and butter, and just kind of just going back to the bread and butter, the up and the down, and, you know, just living there, honestly. And when the up isn't working, you know, switch speeds or, you know, just do whatever. Honestly, having Gwen back there helps me a lot. You know, she calls a good game, and just having the trust in her, she gives me so much momentum.
Well, and you're throwing with really good velocity, too. Where do you feel like your velocity comes from in your pitch?
Definitely my lower half, I feel like, and honestly just, you know, staying healthy and staying in the gym and, you know, just keeping the body right.
Odyssey, how much different is the shortened AUX season versus this championship season? It feels like, you know, the competition level has raised to just an elite place right now. How much different does it feel as a player?
It's a lot different. I feel like this season you definitely got to take care of your body. Obviously, it's a longer season, throwing more innings, playing more games. I feel like AUX is almost like a little warm-up for us until we get out here. So.
Odyssey, we appreciate it. We have enjoyed every second of watching you this championship season. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
It's so much fun to watch you pitch, Odyssey, and just compete. Good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Odyssey Alexander, our leader this week, a captain in back-to-back weeks, and she's trying to stay perfect into right field. That's going to do it. And 20 points for Team Ortez with those last 2 innings, but Team Alexander picks up 100 total win points. And Odyssey Alexander's lead at the top will grow even more before her matchup tomorrow with the second place Bubba Nichols. Here is the leaderboard right now. This does not count these final win points and the MVP points. The lead for Odyssey before MVP points will be calculated over Bubba Nichols tomorrow will be 276. You're talking another big performance, maybe a 400-point gap going into the final week. She has been electric. Said she feels good too, which is really important.
Yeah, I'm anxious to get to the game in the field tomorrow to see if she's able to play or if maybe takes another day of rest. But really at the top of the leaderboard right now, lots of win points and lots of good vibes going on Team Alexander's team.
Don't forget 2 more games tomorrow starting on ESPN2 at 2 Eastern. For Amanda Scarborough, Savannah Collins, Casey Carter, Scott Hecht, and a really incredible crew here in Rosemont, Illinois. We will see you tomorrow. Odyssey Alexander, the superstar. She leads the way.